Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to finish our look at Paranoid Android by Radiohead. So we're going to have that cool acoustic chord progression there that happens towards the end of the song. Before that though, we have all the kind of parts of the band's jamming out. We have an acoustic playing along with a distorted electric there. So let's tackle that part first, and then we'll take a look at that part I just played. So let's just learn this real quick. So that happens before that kind of soft acoustic part with all the vocal harmonies, and after it as well. So we're going to start with the same riff that we kind of did earlier. And remember, we had the first time through and the second time through was slightly different. This time you just do it the exact same way each time, just like the first time through. So you get used to playing it like that. Now, obviously on the recording you'll hear hit that last note and then hit it again and then do some bends on it. He does that quite a lot, so whenever you hear that, that's what's going on. And I think maybe once, so instead of doing a bit, so just slide up and down that A string there. So we have that happens for a bit until we get to when the whole band kicks in, and it's this progression. So what's going on there? Some basic chords played in an awkward way. So we're going to start with this first chord. The first time when the band kicks in, you're going to play this C chord, the 3rd fret on the A string, 5th fret on the D, open G, 5th fret on the B, and open high E. Now he does his major chords kind of a strange way. You're going to be playing the thumb on the low E string, the 4th fret, and then the 4th fret there, 6th fret on the A string, 5th fret on the G. So that D string needs to be muted by the bottom of your ring finger there. And then the B string with at the 4th fret. So that's the chord shape. You're going to move it up 2 frets, and then all the way up to the C here, which is going to now be the starting over again. So instead of playing the C there, is there with that chord voicing. And just go through those 3 positions of that same chord. Alright, so they always end that section with a little chromatic line, which is on the low E string, 8th fret, 7th, 6th, 5th. And then takes us back to whatever they did. Kind of variations on it, but it's the same thing. It's just the ending sometimes have a bend, and then it goes back into those chords again. Back to the riff again. All right, now I'm going to skip to the very end of the song here when you're jamming out of that again after the quiet part. Instead of doing 8, 7, 6, 5, they do one little variation. They go 8, 7, 6, 4. They skip the 5 and play it, so it's 8, 7, 6, 4, and that's the very end of the song. Kind of ended on that dissonant note there. All right. So now leading into this quiet part, we have that same line. And there's a lot of guitar layers, a lot of noise there, but one of the guitars, the main guitar, is playing the 5th fret on the low E string with your thumb, open A, and then another A on the 7th fret of the D string, then the 5th fret on the G, and the 6th fret on the B string. So that's an F major with the A in the bass. I'll see that again in a minute. And then we get to the quiet part, which the cool chord progression there. That's all we have left to take a look at. So I played through it at the beginning, so let's just get right into it here. We're going to start here at the C sharp minor bar chord. Full bar here, or 5 strings at least, on the 3rd fret 4th fret on the B, 5th fret on the G and the D. Then it goes to a G major chord, but you're gonna not add the low G. It's just 5 strings, so this B here is gonna be the root note. Or the bass note, we'll say that. Then take that and move that down. Keep these fingers the same. Move the first finger down to the 1st fret on the A string and strum the top 3 strings with it. So the D string needs to be muted again with the bottom of your 1st finger. So we have this so far. Alright, to an A major chord. Alright, to a simple D minor chord. Back to that A major. Back to that D minor. Now we're going to add a note to the D minor, which is going to make it a D minor 7 with a C in the bass. It's kind of more of a passing note that takes us to the next chord. So that's just a D minor. You're going to add the 3rd fret there on the 5th string. So far, alright, so now we get to this right here again where he plays a lot of just notes as kind of a thumb bass chords. There's 2 ways of doing this. You can do it just as bar chords or thumb bass. I'll show you both. So you can do it the way he does it, which is thumb on the low E string, 6th fret, 8th fret on the A and the D, 7th on the G, 7th on the B. Then to this next chord, which we did right before the quiet part, which is that F major with the A and the bass. All the way down to the 3rd fret now, with your thumb, and then you're going to be grabbing a bar across the first 3 strings with your 1st finger, and then the 5th fret on the D. Then down to the 1st fret, and the major version of that, which is going to be a bar across the first 2 strings of the 1st fret, 2nd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the D. Alright, so that's obviously if you don't like, especially if you're sitting down, it's harder to do. You kind of get your thumb up. If you're standing up, it's easier to use thumb chords. But if you don't want to use them, do a straight B flat major bar chord. Then full bar at the 5th fret. And then you're going to play an F major, still with this A in the bass. F major there is going to be your little finger at the 8th fret on the A string, 7th fret on the D. And then the 2nd finger is going to be at the 6th fret on the B. Then a straight G minor bar chord, and then the F. So that might be a lot easier. You're going to end it with an E major chord to an E sus4, so just add your little finger at the 2nd fret on the G and back down to the regular G, E major. Then over to an A major chord, and we're going to do the same thing. A major, move your little finger up to 1 fret to make it A sus4, and then back down to the A major. So let me play through the whole thing again right there, the whole chord progression, so you can just follow along. Here we go. Then it would start over. The very last time through it, he just hangs out on that E instead of going to A. Just does it twice as long. Then back to the... Alright, and you know what to do from there. Alright, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.